Good morning. Today is Sunday, April 19th, 2020, and so we are having our Kahului Hongwanji Sunday service, and of course we are having it at home because we are still staying at home to help to stay healthy and to avoid the spread of the coronavirus. So this is the situation we're in, so that we can still enjoy to listen to the Dharma and to really reflect and use this time well. So today is just a regular Sunday. Last week we had Hanamatsuri. We're celebrating or observing the Buddha's birthday. Today is an ordinary Sunday, so we are just having just reflect on anything we wish to reflect on today. So I'd like to begin our service in a moment. So today we will start our service with the chanting of the Vandana and Tisarana. Vandana and Tisarana is really the most ancient of all Buddhist chants, and it is praising the Buddha's enlightenment, and then taking refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. After that, we will chant the sutra Junirai. Junirai is a sutra that is actually a poem that was composed by the great Buddhist teacher Nagarjuna, and it's kind of a hymn, and it's the name means 12 homages or 12 bows, something like that. Nagarjuna was one of the most important Buddhist teachers in history, and he's considered to be the founder of the middle path teaching, which is Mahayana Buddhism. And this teaching concerns the ultimate nature of being and non-being, of existence itself. And Nagarjuna was an important figure in the establishment of Mahayana teaching and also Pure Land teaching. And he's revered for his major contributions to Buddhist philosophy, but he was also remembered as a devoted Buddhist follower. All major schools of Mahayana Buddhism trace their lineage back to Nagarjuna. So, Shinran Shonin designated Nagarjuna as the first of his 7 great masters that he chose as being especially important in the development of the Jodo Shinshu Nembutsu teaching. In Junirai, the phrase, I prostrate myself, or I bow down to the ground and worship Amida, the Holy One, is repeated 10 times. This expression of dedication reminds us of our commitment to the Buddha and to the land of peace, the Pure Land, where everyone attains their highest fulfillment, which is Buddhahood. So we will now begin with the Vandana Tisarana and then the chanting of Junirai. So the Junirai that we chant today is the English version, so also called the 12 homages. So let's now turn our mind to listening to the chanting of the sutras. Thank you. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Dats, Namo Dats. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Homage to him, the exalted one, the enlightened one, the supremely awakened one. Bhutang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Dharma for guidance. I go to the Sangha for guidance. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Gods and men all bow in awe to Amida the revered, in Buddha's wondrous pure land. Bodhisattvas gather round, golden form like the mountain king, steadfast like the elephant's pace. Buddha's eyes like the blue lotus. Thus I bow to Amida. Buddha's form round like the moon, bright like thousand suns and moons. Buddha's voice like the nightingale. Thus I bow to Amida. Buddha's figure on Kanon's crown, adorned with wondrous features. Buddha subdues evilness. Thus I bow to Amida. Beyond compare Amida's pure, virtue shining clear like space. All benefit from Buddha. Thus I bow to Amida. Bodhisattvas all renown, Maras to praise Amida. Primal vow made for our sake. Thus I bow to Amida. Golden ponds where lotus bloom, towers a throne of goodness. Buddha lives like the mountain king. Thus I bow to Amida. Bodhisattvas come afar, attaining true happiness. They revere the Buddha's face. Thus I bow to Amida. All life changes like the dew. We have no permanent self. Buddha teaches this law to all. Thus I bow to Amida. No evil in the Pure Land, and no fear of evil paths. Faithful hearts honor Buddha. Thus I bow to Amida, saving us through many ways. No tempters, no evil friends. Birth leads to enlightenment. Thus I bow to Amida. Amida, thus I have praised virtues boundless like the sea. These virtues shared with others for birth into the Pure Land. No. Namandabu, 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 Namandabu. The virtue of Amida's vow is shared equally by all, together attaining awakened mind. We are born in the land of peace. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandao, Namandaos, 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 Namandaos. Shinshu Pledge. I take my refuge in the vow of the Buddha. Reciting the name, I will live through life with strength and serenity. I revere the light of the Buddha. I will put my effort in my work with self-reflection and gratitude. I follow the teachings of the Buddha. Discerning the right path, I will spread the true Dharma. I rejoice in the compassion of the Buddha. I will respect and help others and do my best for the welfare of humankind. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 Please join me in Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Good morning. Today I would like to reflect a little on the truth of interdependence, very important in Buddhism. So there's so much to learn about Buddhism. It's impossible to ever think we really understand it. No matter how much we study the Buddhist teaching, there's always that much more we haven't studied. Actually, if we really listen to the Dharma, we never think we know anything. The more we listen to the Dharma, the more we lose the sense of thinking our opinions are superior to others, and the less we are inclined to put ourselves above others. You can easily identify someone who's truly a disciple of the Buddha because that person is really humble. People who truly listen to the Dharma never try to promote themselves, never try to exalt themselves over others. Such a person always respects the views of others and always seeks to learn from everyone. It's very important that we learn about Buddhism, that what we learn about Buddhism has a real effect on us. If you just memorize a lot of facts, doctrines, or if you know a lot of sutras, can chant all the sutras or whatever, you might, remember them for a while, know some information, but all that information won't tell you how to live your life. So what we learn in Buddhism should be the kind of learning that helps us to live, that shows us how to live. It should be the kind of learning that causes us to have gratitude and appreciation for our life, for everything we have and everyone around us. That is the sign of true Buddhist learning. Buddhist learning is the kind of learning that actually changes us, it transforms us. Often we don't even realize, maybe always we don't realize we're being changed. That's because Buddhism invites us to see the world and everything in it in new and different ways than we are used to. And when we see things in new and different ways, our whole attitude, our goals naturally change. Let me tell you a story. In ancient India, there was a man who very much wanted to learn about Buddhism, but he had a problem. He was a robber, a thief. That was his profession. He earned his living by stealing. He knew that he was doing wrong and harming people when he stole things, but he just couldn't help himself. That was the only life he knew, and that was who he was. But somehow he had this very strong desire to learn about Buddhism, about the Buddhist teachings. However, every time he was able to find a Buddhist teacher, when he asked that teacher to please explain the Dharma, the teacher would say to him, "I'd be happy to explain the Dharma to you, but first you must stop stealing. I can't teach the Dharma to a bad person like you." Unfortunately, he just could not stop being a thief. Then he heard about a teacher called Nagarjuna, who was one of the greatest of all Buddhist teachers. You remember that Nagarjuna is said to have composed Junirai, the sutra that we chanted today. So the thief went to see this great teacher, and he told him of his desire to learn the Dharma. Then he added, "But you probably won't want to teach me because, to be honest, I'm a thief and I just can't stop stealing." Nagarjuna said to him, "There's no need for you to be concerned. If you are a thief, then go ahead and be a thief. I'm happy to teach you the Dharma, just as you are. But I do have one condition. I'm going to teach you to become aware of the true nature of all things. So, even when you are busy stealing things, I want you to steal with awareness." Well, the thief didn't know what that meant, but he happily agreed. So, Nagarjuna began to teach him the Dharma. The thief came every day to listen to his teacher's talk, and little by little, he became aware of the true nature of the life around him. By listening to Nagarjuna's words, he began to realize that everything exists because of the interconnection of all things. For example, he learned that his own body, his thoughts, everything he knew, is always coming into being from all the causes and conditions of the past and present, and constantly changes. He constantly changes as the causes and conditions change. The thief also learned that his own existence and all of his thoughts and actions were part of the same causes and conditions and affected everyone else as well. In reflecting on this teaching, the thief realized that he was only able to live because of the love and help of all beings, his family, friends, everyone he met, everyone in the world, all beings. He came to realize that he owed his life every day to the sacrifices of the plants and animals that fed him, and the wonderful kindness of the sun and the rain and all the forces of nature that make life possible. With this new awareness, a great feeling of gratitude came into the thief's heart, and he felt a tremendous desire to express his appreciation and compassion to everyone and to everything around him for the great blessings he was always receiving, and for the great compassion of all the life that constantly supported him. And so a strange thing happened to the thief. Even though he was a thief, he was actually a very honest person. And since he was so appreciative of what he was learning, he made a point to keep his word to Nagarjuna. So, whenever he went to steal something, he kept practicing his awareness. Being aware meant that he couldn't help seeing that the things he stole were connected to the lives of other people. He began to think, before I listened to the Dharma, I did not think at all about what I took or who I took it from. I thought that things were things. If I wanted something, I took it, and that was all there was to it. But now, if I try to steal something, I can't help thinking of the people who might not be able to eat, or who might lose their homes without their money or whatever I took. Also, in the past, the things I stole seemed valuable and important to me. I really wanted them. But now, the Dharma has taught me that all things are impermanent, and that the only truly valuable thing in this precious life is this precious life itself, and the wisdom which the Buddhist teaching gives us. So the thief, without even trying to give up stealing, found that he was not able to steal anymore. You see, without even trying to give up stealing, he was transformed by his awareness. He was no longer able to steal. When he tried to steal something, because it was a habit after all, he not only ended up putting whatever he stole back, but he would leave the person that he meant to steal from a gift to express his appreciation. All this, the great change that came over the thief, was a result of Nagarjuna's compassionate guidance. Many times when I share a Dharma message at a service, I talk about interdependence. Interdependence is the root of Buddhism. When we truly learn interdependence, what we realize, or when we realize how deeply connected we are to others, we begin to understand that everything we are, everything we can do, comes from the kind help that we receive from others. Learning this, we naturally want to express our gratitude to everyone around us. This is the teaching of Namo Amida Butsu. The Buddha's compassionate and kind wish for all of us is to be truly happy, and we naturally express this by saying Namo Amida Butsu. And through Namo Amida Butsu, every moment of life becomes precious to us. We learn this great teaching just as we are. We don't have to become like the thief in the story. There's no need for us to become good first. All we have to do is trust that the infinite compassion of life itself will lead us wherever we need to go. Then we will really begin to see the world and all the conditions we face in life in a new and different way. So thank you for listening to me today, and as you remain at home, staying safe and helping to prevent the spread of COVID-19, I hope you will continue to reflect on these things and take this opportunity not only to watch this video and other videos like that, but maybe, if you have some Buddhist books at home, make an effort to maybe learn a little bit more about Buddhism. And but most importantly, the most important thing we can do to learn about Buddhism is to develop our awareness, to really try to be aware and appreciate every moment of life. And that is to live a life of Namo Amida Butsu. So let's put our hands together in Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you. Please put your hands together in Gassho and join me now for the recitation of the Golden Chain of Love. I am a link in Amida Buddha's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I must keep my link bright and strong. I will try to be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will try to think pure and beautiful thoughts, to say pure and beautiful words, and to do pure and beautiful deeds, knowing that on what I do now depends not only my happiness or unhappiness, but also that of others. May every link in Amida Buddha's golden chain of love become bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. And as we're coming now to the end of our service today, I'd like to thank you all for joining together with me. And even though we're all at home, we're all kind of separated and at home, and we might feel kind of lonely, we're not lonely because we're really together. Even though in separate places, we're together in the Dharma. So thank you all very much for listening and being part of this service today. And I feel your presence, I think, even though I know I'm filming this ahead of time or videoing it ahead of time, I still feel that I'm talking to each one of you, and that is really a wonderful thing for me too. So this is really something important for me, and I hope it's helpful to you too. Before we conclude the service completely, I'd like to now have a word from our Kahului Hongwanji Temple president, who will speak to you for a couple of minutes to share his thoughts with you.
Hello everyone. I hope you're all doing well, staying healthy and safe. I'm sure some of our members are feeling anxious being stuck at home, but I encourage everyone to continue to follow social distancing guidelines. While we are fortunate that our cases have been lower than many other parts of the country, the numbers continue to grow, and Maui has the highest rate of infection in the state. If you do have to go out, please wear a mask, try to maintain a 6-foot distance from others, and wash your hands as often as possible. These uncertain times can be stressful, but I want to remind everyone that you're not alone. Reverend Tennis has been putting together weekly YouTube videos. We have, he's also posted some gathas as well on the YouTube page. Hompa has their own YouTube page where they have guest speakers. They live stream their Sunday service every Sunday at 10 o'clock. There's also some audio recordings that they have on their website. I believe it's hompahawaii.org. We also have an online co-group and the Unhindered Path classes available to attend via GoToMeeting. If you're interested, please give Reverend a call and he'll send you an invite to attend one of those classes. Or just give him a call and say hi. I'm sure he'll appreciate that. So please be safe and healthy, and I'll look forward to seeing all of you when things have cleared. And don't forget, we still have a lot of fundraising to catch up on.
Once again, thank you very much for being part of today's stay-at-home Kahului Hongwanji Sunday service. And I'd like to wish all of you, send all of you my best wishes that you stay safe and healthy, and I hope that you will reflect on the Dharma throughout the week, and I will see you again next week. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Let's recite the Nembutsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida.